What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. This is the Madison League Cup round number 3. And on the left, you have Coulter Cole. I'm not sure what he's playing. On the right, we have Matt Curry. Oh, we're having another pack opening. He opened up a Simeon and a Rowlet out of one pack. And does he only have one pack? Does he have another? Oh, his is okay. Oh, nothing. That must be his two, like, I guess, good cards, maybe, that he didn't show or whatever. But, guys, this is round number 3. And remember, there is a stream for 2 different, I guess, videos. Like, there was 2 different videos going on, thanks to the TNLG. And just providing, I don't know, it was amazing. Shout out to TNLG. Make sure you check out the link down below to them and their website. And go support them. They are the one who did this stream. This is amazing. Like, it's a really good job. Like it was amazing for sure. They had the Pokemon cards that could pop up, their names in there. You can see how many prize cards are left for both Pokemon. And we see Mac does mulligan with the Reverse Valley, DC, and a Dark. And Coulter will take a mulligan draw, but the rules of Pokemon is you have to put your prize cards out before you take a mulligan. So hopefully that does happen. I don't see Coulter have his prize cards out just yet. But hopefully that gets fixed. I mean, if it doesn't get fixed, well, the game it's already been played, so we really can't do too much about it. So I think that's what Mac's pointing at maybe right now. I saw him pointing at something. Maybe they're just not sure. All right, but Mac's going to get 7 new cards out, and let's see what does he find. And we know he has a Reverse Valley, a DC in hand, so he's maybe playing Evital. Let's see. Okay, does he find a Pokemon? And he does find one for the active. Gonna put 6 prize cards out, and yeah, Coulter, okay, he's gonna put his prize cards out first, which is great. Like I said, you want to put your prize cards out before you take a mulligan, and here we go, guys, on to round number 3. We see Mac does start a Shaman, and Coulter is going to start a Decidueye, so it looks like we have a Decidueye Vileplume deck, and there was a pretty good bit of them in the field for sure. So Coulter is going to Love Ball, maybe grab a Dartrix. I think you definitely, like I've said always, you want to get a Decidueye out first. You're like, oh, Vileplume's good. I need to get Vileplume on ASAP to shut your opponent down. But once you get down Vileplume, you also shut yourself down. So we'll see a Gloom, DC to the active. And he has an N in the hand. He has a Sycamore, Floatstone. We'll see a Floatstone going to the Rowlet. And looks like an N going to show both players' hands and get 6 new cards. Now, usually you put a Floatstone on Vileplume, so if it gets a Lysander up, you have a way to free trade it, which is really nice. But maybe he wants to switch out between like Decidueyes later on, like if Decidueye takes a ton of damage. You can then switch it out and put a new one in the active spot. So both players are going to get 6 new cards off this end. And I see Mac does have an Umbreon GX in his hand. And a Dartrix, Decidueye will come down. Does Coulter have a way to get anything? And no, just going to feather out the active and on to Mac's turn. Let's see what is going to happen. Now, Mac has an Eevee in hand. He's got a Dark Energy. It looks like there's a Love Ball, Dark. He's going to do 2 things at once, which is fine. The Eevee will find an Umbreon. There's another Eevee coming down. And will he use... I guess he's not using Energy Evolution. There he goes. Alright, so yeah, he's going to look through his deck and see... Oh, there's a Wobbuffet in there, which is really nice with Umbreon because Umbreon has that Strafe attack. Strafe allows you to switch from the active to the bench, and he gets rid of the Umbreon, shutting down Coulter's abilities like Feather Arrow and, you know, Irritating Pollen. So we'll see an Umbreon will come down with the Eevee's Energy Evolution. Okay. And can Mac find a way to retreat this Shaman? And how big... I wonder how big of a deal Wobbuffet is in this matchup. We'll find out here in a second, guys, for sure. So Mac will Enhance Hammer, discard the DC off the active. The Reverse Valley will come down. Lysander, bring in the Gloom, and we'll see a pass on the Coulter's turn. Alright, so Coulter does have a Grass Energy. He could put that on the Decidueye, maybe. Right now, his Gloom is stuck in the active spot. But if you're Coulter, what you could do is start Feather and put 20 damage onto the to the Umbreon. Now, he does have an N in hand. We know Mac didn't really play anything else outside of this Lysander, so I'm not sure how good his N will be. But also his hand is very, very weird right now. Now, what he could do is attach a DC to the bench, play Sycamore, discard his hand, try to find another Floatstone, and Floatstone the Gloom out of the active, and we see 7 new cards. He does find 2 Love Balls, a DCE, and a Revitalizer. Now, this is really good because he Love Ball for a Rowlet, Love Ball for another Rowlet. Use the Revitalizer, get a Decidueye out, or not Decidueye, yeah, Dartrix out, discard pile, sorry. and then Shaman for some more cards. We see he does play Beedrill and Jirachi in his deck, okay, and a Lugia. And there's a Dartrix. We see Glooms, we see some Decidueyes. So Rowlet will come down. I imagine he'll grab 2 Rowlets with double Level Ball. Don't see why you wouldn't. He's going to grab a Rowlet in this. Okay, Dartrix. Okay. He does have a Revitalizer in his hand, but looks like he's not going to use it this turn and just wait a second to put it down. So we'll see a Rowlet. We'll see a Dartrix. Okay. Yeah. We'll see maybe a Dartrix. Oh, he doesn't have Force of Giant Plants, so he can't put it down either way. That's, wow, I totally forgot there wasn't a Force of Giant Plants in play, which makes it where you can't really do anything. And we're going to see Feather Arrow to the bench Umbreon, okay. And the pass onto Mac's turn. Now let's see what does Mac do here. It looks like he tried like a Lysander, and the Umbreon will come down to the field. And does Mac have like a DC, and I think it's just a VS Seeker in his hand. So we'll see a pass onto Coulter's turn, okay. So VS Seeker for Lysander go in his hand, which is great. Just in case Coulter does get a Vileplume out this turn, there's a way to get around it. There's a Dartrix coming down. But Coulter really doesn't have anything either. We'll see a Feather Arrow to the active, and will he Shaman for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1? That's a possibility if he wants to go that route. He's going to look through his discard pile. He does have a Revitalizer in his hand, but he only has a Dartrix in the discard pile, so Revitalizer can't really be used right now. He does have a Shaman in hand. So Shaman for 1, what does he find? And it's another Decidueye, so there's no way. I mean, you could Sycamore. You lose 2 Decidueyes and a Revitalizer. We see a DC to the Shaman EX, okay. And do we just see another pass? Yeah, we'll see a pass on a Mac's turn. Does Mac find anything? He only has a Lysander, and looks like, yep, another pass. So it's a very uneventful game going right now. So we'll see a Rowlet, Decidueye. We can see 2 Feather Arrows to the active now, or to the bench. Okay, so to the bench Umbreon. And we'll see a pass on a Mac's turn. It looks like a Sycamore. Discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. And let's see what the Coulter find here. Does he find a way to treat this Gloom? There's a Decidueye, Ultra Ball. Okay. There's a Force of Giant Plants coming down. He does have an Ultra Ball, so he can get down Vileplume this turn, which I think is something you want to do. But we know Mac has that Lysander hand. So there's a Force of Giant Plants going into his hand. If he retreats this Gloom and evolves the Vileplume, it's definitely going to be stuck in the act spot. So we see Ultra Ball, discard a Gloom, and a Forest of Giant Plants. And what you could do if you're Coulter is not retreat. Just have a Vileplume sit in the act spot while you're using Feather Arrow, just putting 40 on the bench, or 40 on the field every single turn. Just get set up a little bit more. Or he can put the grass down, retreat, and go for a Sky Return for 30. Bring it up to 70, then you get double Feather Arrow for the knockout, and there is a Gloom coming down. Does he put the grass on the active first? Remember, he does have a Lysander. There's a Gloom coming down, and I think this is a fine play. So pass on a Mac's turn. All right, so there's a Shaman Parallel City. Gonna put looks like Coulter down to 3 because Coulter is stinking right now. I think you discard the Rowlet here. I'm gonna go discard the Shaman with the DC. Okay. And looks like we'll see another pass onto Coulter's turn. Alright, oh no, Shaman come down, okay. Gonna set up some more cards. Does he find a supporter card? Does he find a DCE? Does he, because DC here was Sky Return, then he could proc the Umbreon, then maybe later on find a Wobbuffet and start using Strafe. He does have a DC in hand, so you can DC the Shaman, Sky Return for 30, and onto Coulter's turn. Let's see what happens. Going to draw a card. Looks like he finds a Bloodstone, which is a little bit late. He does have the Vileplume in the act spot. We see a Grassner to the Decidueye. He does have double Feather Arrow, which can do 40 to the active, bring it up to 100. And that's what we're going to see. And we'll see another pass onto Mac's turn. Now, Mac can use Shuttable for 90, which doesn't knock out the Vileplume. Okay. He can maybe go Dark Claw if he wants to go that way, discard 2 energy, but I think what he really wants to find is, well, I don't even know if Strafe is good enough right now, because yeah, you can Strafe, but then Coulter gets access to his item cards as well. So we'll see a Dark Energy active, we'll see a Strafe do 30, but not move the Pokemon for sure, and No, he is going to use Dark Hole to discard the energies off that bench Decidueye. Alright, yeah, he's going to use his GX tag, get those energies off the bench Decidueye. We'll see 40 damage to the active, pass onto Max turn. We'll see an Eevee coming down. We'll see a DC to the bench Umbreon. Yeah, so Dark Hole will discard that DC and Grass energy because it says discard 2 energy for every opponent's Pokemon. There's a Shame coming down, going to set up. Okay. We'll see a Professor Kukui going to draw 2 cards and do additional damage this turn, which makes Strafe still not taking a knockout, but it can still put some damage on that Vileplume for sure. Mac really needed to find a Wobbuffet that turn. So his opponent can't Feather 6, 7, 8, or 10, 14. Coulter still can't take a knockout. We'll see a retreat, maybe? The Strafing is retreating. Okay, nope. Okay, just pass onto Coulter's turn. Okay. Oh, no, I think he's strafed for 30. We'll see a double feather to the active, so it's at 180 now. Okay. Oh, no, okay, I think he just rearranged the damage. I don't think he did anything yet. But yeah, he can do a double feather to the active, bring it to 180. On a Max turn, going to draw a card. And let's see what Mac does here. Both players aren't really doing anything. This Vileplume is shutting both players down. But, I mean, I see Mac has like a Team Flare Gun in hand. He's got some other stuff. Mac is looking pretty good to go right now. He's looking fine. I mean, he's really not doing too much. But, I mean, if Mac can find a Wobbuffet, he'll be in really good shape. And that is the key here. Can he find a Wobbuffet? Does he strafe this turn? Yeah, probably. You'll see strafe for another 30. Okay. On a Coulter's turn. Oh, hold on. Something. I don't know why I did more damage all of a sudden. I did math wrong in my head. I don't know. I don't know what that damage came. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I don't know. Oh well. Alright, on the Coulter's turn. We'll see some Feather Arrows to the active. You really can't tell too much what's going on. They're kind of just like drawing stuff, playing cards. Really, nothing is interactive in this game right now. Now the Umbreon did have 180 damage. We'll see another Feral to the active for 20. And we'll see a pass on a Max turn. Okay. Now Mac will be able to strafe for the knockout this turn. Okay. Well, no, he has to find a Dark Energy, which he does not have right now. Okay. So, the pressure is still on Mac for sure. We see a DC going to the Decidueye. Okay. And we'll see a pass on a Max turn. Does Mac find a Dark Energy to use Strafe for the knockout? He could use Shadow Ball as well. But I think right now, if you find a Dark Energy, you need to find a Wobbuffet. And let's see, he's got a Lysander hand. He's got, yeah, I think it's just still a Lysander. He hasn't really played a support card outside of that. So let's see, who does he Lysander up? I mean, doesn't really matter. Gonna Lysander the Decidueye, okay. And we'll see a pass on Coulter's turn. Coulter will still be able to use his Feather Arrows, put 40 more damage to the active, and he's got a Grass Energy in hand, if I recall correctly. And if he does, he can use... okay, maybe he doesn't. Alright, so on the Max turn, he finds a... Is that a DC in hand? I think it's a... Is that a DC or Dark? I can't tell. Nope, DC to the Eevee, okay. And things are still not looking good for Mac. So Mac will attach a DC to Eevee. On a Coulter's turn, going to draw a card. Double Feather to the active, and another pass onto Coulter's turn. Okay. And Mac finds a Dark Energy, can start using Shadow Blow for 90 and 30 to knock out that Vileplume on the bench because it does do 110, and then plus 30 is enough for the knockout. So to knock out the Vileplume, Coulter will be able to use item cards now. Can Coulter find a way to get another Vileplume out? Can he find a Revitalizer, some Umbreons, or not Umbreons, Glooms, Vileplumes? We see Train as well for an Ultra Ball, okay. He should have a lot of stuff in hand, though. He's been draw passing. Both players have not been doing too much. Can Coulter find a way to get out there's a Revitalizer in hand. Alright, so he does have a Revitalizer, but no Forest of Giant Plants in play. There's 2 in the discard pile. I think it's only 2. So can he find a way to get it? Yeah, if he has a Force of Giant Plants, and he can get it out right now, but except he's missing Force of Giant Plants. Yeah, if he had a Force of Giant Plants, he'll be able to get it right now. There's a Revitalizer going to put 2 Grass Pokemon back into his hand, and there's a Decidueye, okay, and a Dartrix, okay, and that's not the 2 I think you'd grab, but whatever. Dartrix will come down. He's got a Tauros coming down to the bench. He could Floatstone the active, retreat to Tauros, and just pass and let your opponent hit a Shadow Bullet for 90, and we'll see some more Feather Arrows to the active. He still has 2, so he can do 2 this turn to the active. bring it up to 140. Okay, and then next turn, when he puts down the other Decidueye, he'll be able to take a knockout, which is fantastic. So we see Ultra Ball just turning Jirachi and something else. Okay, and I mean, Coulter looks like he's in a dominated position right now. Like, Coulter's gonna look to his deck, see what's in there. There's a Shaman. Yeah, that's about it. So there's really okay. So when he discarded the user Revitalizer, he didn't have another Oddish or Gloom or Vileplume in deck. So there's really no way he can get that out. Wait, is that a Gloom in his hand? I'm not sure. All right, but we'll see some Double Feathers to be active. Okay, and bring it to 140, and we'll see a pass on the max turn. Okay. And on a max turn, can he find a Wobbuffet? That is the big question. If he does, he'll be able to use Strafe. He Ultra Ball just cards a Mewtwo and a Team Flare Grunt, which will probably grab a Wobbuffet. And what he can start doing now is using Strafe to send in the Wobbuffet to shut down Decidueye, so he can't use his Feather Arrows anymore or anything like that. Unless he does have a Flareon in his deck. Ooh, Flareon can make his Umbreons fire types and actually one shot. Oh, it doesn't one shot Decidueye's, but it does let it do 180 damage instead of just 90, which is very interesting. And let's see what Mac does here. It looks like he might just Ultra Ball for the Wobbuffet. He's still trying to contemplate what to do here. I think you do grab the Wobbuffet, use Strafe, and force Coulter to have a Lysander get out of this. So Wobbuffet will come out. Okay. He's gonna look through his deck. Okay, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna decide on something else. Does he grab a Flareon? And we will see a Flareon come down. And I wonder if he plays like Rainbow Energy or something. So Nest Ball will come down. Okay. Nest Ball will grab a Wobbuffet either way. So he'll be able to grab the Wobbuffet and the Flareon. Start using Strafe instead of the Wobbuffet to shut down Coulter's Feather Arrows. All right. So, but will that be enough or not? Sorry, the stream is being the stream again. So let's see what Mac does. It looks like he's going to train as well. Look at top cards of his deck. He Flowstone a Wobbuffet as well, and I think he Flowstone the Shaman EX as well too. Just try to play as many tool cards as you can while you can. But yeah, I do think the stream is messing up here, and that's why it is glitching right now, guys. So I do apologize for this, but hopefully it does fix itself here in a second. I remembered that they said that the stream did die at some point, and it revives itself. So hopefully, okay, so there we go. We're back now. All right, but it looks like we didn't miss too much. Looks like Mac still just it's Mac's turn. We see a VS ticket for Mac. Could use a Lysander to bring up somebody. We'll bring up the Decidueye with the DCE, and we'll see a Strafe for 30. Send the Wobbuffet. So yeah, we didn't miss too much. Just a Lysander, the Decidueye, and we'll see a Strafe. Okay. Wait, did I miss something else? I'm not sure. Okay, alright. Yeah, just Strafe. Okay. Now, Wobbuffet is the axe spot. Okay, alright. I don't think we missed anything too crazy. I'm just trying to make sure we have everything correctly. So on a Coulter's turn, can he find a Lysander? If he does, he'll be in a great position. Oh, he's Strafed, which does 60 thanks to the Flareon, because now the Umbreon is a fire type. That's why. That's why he did 60 instead of 30. Duh. I forgot Matt got the Flareon down, and I do. Man, this is such a good game, and then it's gonna freeze up like this. No, don't do this to us, guys. Come on now. Like I said earlier, I did download straight this off the stream. So if it's lagging, that's the reason why. It's because it lagged in real time, which is very unfortunate, but we'll see what happens here. Maybe we'll cut forward some here in a second, and hopefully we do have a game. Hopefully this doesn't end, and that'd be very unfortunate because, okay, here we go. So looks like we see Coulter did have a Lysander. He brought up the Shaman. Disinfeathers the Umbreon, has a grass energy on the Decidueye now, and he can use Razor Leaf for 90. And okay, so it looks like we're back. Okay, maybe hold on, guys, wait for it. We'll see Razor Leaf for 90, and we'll see Mac actually scoop this game. And yeah, Coulter did take that game. I do apologize that we kind of missed a key moment there, but it looks like all we missed was Coulter did have a Lysander to bring up the Shaman, like I said. Use Rage Leaf to it, and then also knock out his Umbreon GX at the same time. Mac didn't have another attacker, He did have a Flareon, but I don't think he plays Fire Energies or Rainbow Energies to actually attack with it. So once he did commit into a Flareon, he didn't have any more attackers. As on his only real attacker, Umbreon GX was knocked out that turn, thanks to a Lysander play. But yeah, that was just kind of a slow game. I mean, Coulter did get the lock up very quickly, which is something you still have to worry about Decidueye Vileplume. Like, if you Lysander the Vileplume, get it stuck in the active spot, that is great, but Decidueye Vileplume still has access to the Decidueyes to use Feather Arrow and put 20 on the active and the bench, whatever they want to. We did see Coulter use that a lot that game, which is what makes Decidueye Vileplume so strong and such a very, very scary deck. And I do apologize that it is like kind of frozen right now. Hopefully, maybe it'll fix itself. So we see Coulter does start a Pokemon. It looks like Mac has a Wobbuffet, which could totally shut down Coulter for sure. Like, he won't be able to use Shamans. He can't use Irritated Pollen, and I think that's what Mac needs here to actually have a chance to win this game. We see Mac start with the Wobbuffet, a Dark Energy, Shaman, and it looks like it owns a Coulter's turn, and so Mac not playing a supporter card. We see a Floodstone with the Wobbuffet as well, okay. And we see a Force of Giant Plants coming out from Cole, but he's going to use Trainer's Mode. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Not going to find anything. Going to grab a Force of Giant Plants with that, okay. But he won't be able to use Shamans to help set up, to dig through his deck, to find like more Rowlets and Dartrexes and stuff like that. So it is going to put Coulter in a weird position now. But Mac, unfortunately, had to attach a Dark Energy to Wobbuffet. But yeah, Coulter's going to grab a Force of Giant Plants with this Trainer's Mail. And I did see an in his hand, so maybe we'll see an in. Both players shuffle up, giving Max some new hope. And okay, there we go. We're back. Hopefully we're back now. Hopefully we're good. Like I said, I do remember them saying that the stream died and it came back. So hopefully that was the only time it did that. So Coulter has a bunch of cards in hand. Okay. He's got an Ultra Ball, Revitalizer, Force Giant Plants. He's got it in a DCE, so we'll see a DC to the active. And will he Ultra Ball to get out of Rowlet? He can Ultra Ball this card. I don't know. Nope, just going to use in to give both players a new hand of 6. Okay. Alright, so we can see both players shuffle up, get 6 new cards. And, I mean, Mac, what he needs here is to find an Eevee plus a Dark Energy. If he could do that, he could put down the Eevee, retreat to it, put a Dark Energy, and then use Strafe, which is really nice. We see Coulter not find anything with that in. He doesn't find a Love Ball, an Ultra Ball. We see Mac go to the top 4 cards of his deck. Does he find a way to get Pokemon out? He's going to grab a Lily, okay. He is going to, let's see, what does he do here? He does have a Jolteon on his hand as well. So he's playing this, like, really, like, Evolutions type deck with Wobbuffet, get Jolteon out, make him strong against Evital's. He's got Flareon for Grass. He's got Vaporeon on his deck for Volcanion. And Mac has a really, really interesting deck here, and I do like it a lot. And we're going to see what does Mac decide to do here. He's got a Dark Energy to the active, okay. Lily for 1. And it's not looking good for Mac either. So on the Coulter turn, going to draw a card, finds an Oddish. But, what can he do here? He gets Sky Return for 30. There's a Flow Stone to the Oddish. I mean, we'll see a Sky Return for 30. Coulter will send up the Oddish, okay. Both players are really not doing anything. On a Max turn, going to find a Love Ball, and with this Love Ball, he'll be able to grab an Eevee, retreat to Eevee, attach a Dark Energy, and use the Energy Evolution. You see him immediately grab the Umbreon. He's like, hold on a second, we're going to do this. Just going to immediately grab the Umbreon. He does have a Dark Energy in hand. We'll see retreat. Dark Energy, Umbreon. There is a time limit, so that's why Mac is playing a little bit fast to try to make sure he's getting the most everything out. So we see a Lily going to draw some more cards. We see a Reverse Valley come down. So now he's doing 40, but still Oddish has 50 HP. So we'll see a Strafe for 40 damage. Alright, so on to Coulter's turn. He's going to draw a card, finds another DCE, which is not what he needs. Oh no. He could have maybe Lysander first and then play down the Shaman to draw some more cards. And we're going to see Coulter just concede this game. Can't really do too much. I don't know what his next card would have been. If it was in, he would have been okay, but he's going to save time, go to game number 2, and all of a sudden, we see Matt go up he takes a game, so 1-1 in his game. It is best 2 out of 3. I don't think I said that earlier, and if you lose, you get to decide if you want to go first or second. I imagine Coulter will opt to go first and try to get that turn 1 Vileplume, Decidueye, Wombo combo stuff, and really shut down Mac. But if Mac starts with a Wobbuffet again, this does throw Coulter in a whole, like, wrench. Like, what does Coulter do once a Wobbuffet comes out in the act spot turn 1? Because it shuts down your Shamans. You can't use Feather Arrows. I mean, I don't know. It's weird for sure. Like, if Mag doesn't get a turn 1, it doesn't hurt Coulter too much. Unless, yeah, I don't think it hurts him too bad. Like, it didn't hurt him that game at all in game 1, but Mac didn't find that to, like, really, really late in the game, so maybe that's the difference. I don't know. I really haven't played Mac's deck, and I've never seen something like this before, like the strafe Wobbuffet kind of thing. I know Wobbuffet did shut me down in the finals, and we see Coulter not finding a Pokemon. Mac does find a Mewtwo, okay. And imagine Mewtwo is obviously to help out against Mega Mewtwo decks, because Psychic Affinity can start doing a billion damage, and you really can't do too much. But then you put down your own Mewtwo, slap a DC on it, and then you Psychic for the knockout. It could shut down Mewtwo's very quickly, which is, I mean, not very quickly, but out of nowhere, which is really nice. So Coulter, going to find 7 new cards, finds a Rowlet, okay. And outside of that, he really doesn't have too much, but I know he'll be going first. And here we go, guys, on to game number 3. Do you want to see Decidueye Vileplume take it, or do you want to see Max crazy Umbreon Evolution type deck? So we see Coulter find a Trainer's Mail. Look at top cards of his deck. He finds, he finds a Floatstone, but that's about it. Oh no, that's unfortunate. But you see, Mac does have that Mewtwo with the Psychic. It does 20 and then 20 more damage to each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And let's see, what does Coulter do here? Does he just put a DC on the active? If you put the DC on the active, he has to worry about Psychic. It can knock you out next turn. So we see Sycamore go to discard his hand, draw 7 cards. If he had committed the DC to the active, that could be the end of the Rowlet. So we see a Rowlet, Dartrix, Shaman, Tauros going to his hand. So Tauros, retreat to Tauros, Rowlet will come down. Grass Energy, probably the Rowlet on the bench with the Floatstone. Definitely seems like the better play. And then you shame with some more cards and hopefully hit a Forest Out Plants. I mean, you really don't need to attach a DC this turn to the Tauros because you can't really attack. But no, going to Ultra, discard a Dartrix and a Grass Energy to find an Oddish. And then we're going to see a Shaman for 6 new cards. He's going to grab a Shaman. Isn't there a Shaman already in his hand? So he's going to grab another Shaman, okay. I definitely think you play your hand down all the way. You never really want to grab like a back-to-back Shaman, because what if he draws it a 5 Pokemon, he can't use the other Shaman. So see, Rowlet, Dartrix. Oh, if he had the Dartrix, he could actually get it to Decidueye right now. So Rowlet coming down. We'll see a Shaman set up for 3. Okay. Yep, Shaman for 3 new cards. Does he find, and there is a Trainer's Mail. Does he find a Revitalizer or Love Ball? And there is a Love Ball, Gloom, and a Revitalizer. But Coulter filled his bench up, so he will not be able to get a Vileplume out anymore. He committed 2 Shamans on the bench, 3 Rowlets, and no Oddishes. So he no longer has space for his Vileplumes, which is, amazing for Mac. He'll be able to use item cards the whole game and be good to go. We'll see Coulter going to use the Revitalizer. Looks like he can grab a Dartrix and a Vileplume. Okay, those 2 go in his hand. Is it double Dartrix? It is double Dartrix. Wow, so 2 Dartrix come down to Decidueye and Decidueye, and all of a sudden Mac is in trouble. We'll see double Feather to the active, and we'll see a pass on a Mac's turn. Alright, let's see, what does Mac find here? Find a Versatile, get down, put that down. Floats on the active. He's got an Ultra Ball. He can discard 2 cards from his hand to find a Eevee. Attach a, oh no, that's Enhanced Hammer. So Dark Energy the active actually, and we'll see a Lily for 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Alright, if Coulter finds a DC, he will be able to knock out this Mewtwo. He can Horn Attack plus double Feather Arrow to take a knockout on this Mewtwo. On a Coulter's turn, he finds a Grass Energy. Oh no, he could. Okay, so Grass Energy to the active. Mac does have another turn to live, so double Feather Arrow to the active. Alright, I mean, Mac has 130 HP, so He actually has 2 turns maybe, and then just a dark energy. Oh no! All right, Mac has a Lysander. He could bring up the Decidueye, with nothing on it. Like no Floatstone, no. Yeah, I think that might be the best play. Parallel City. Put your opponent down to 3, and I don't know if I like this play. You get rid of Coulter's Shamans, so now if he puts down a Forest of Giant Plants, he can put his Oddish and Vileplume and all that stuff down. So we see Lysander. Bring in the Decidueye GX. Mac is trying his best. This is Dark Energy active. We'll see a Psychic for 20 damage. Unless he does Coulter find anything or not. Okay, yeah, so on a Max turn, he finds a Love Ball. Oh no, he still doesn't have a way to win right now. So we'll see a Love Ball for a Rowlet. Or Oddish. He could, no, he can't grab Oddish. Forest, not Forest. Parallel City is down, putting him down to 3. So we'll see a Dartrix come down. Okay. And, I mean, Mac's going to double feather the active, not Mac, Coulter will double feather the active, and can Mac do anything? Force of Giant Plants coming down, Rowlet coming on the field as well, and we'll see a pass on a Mac's turn. What does he find? There's an Eevee, there's a Dark Energy. He'll be able to use his Energy Evolution to find an Umbreon, and he is kind of saved, not really, he's still in a lot of trouble for sure. He's got an Enhanced Chamber, which really doesn't do too much. He's got a VS Seeker for Lily to draw, looks like 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Does he find a Wobbuffet? If he finds a Wobbuffet, he'll be able to use Strafe this turn. Send in the Wobbuffet, switch on Decidueye. We'll see the Umbreon come up, and we'll see a Strafe for 30 damage. Alright, so on a Coulter's turn, I mean, it doesn't really matter. He gets Strafe to the bench, but then... yeah, it's still going to get knocked out like start there. So feather to the bench, okay. And we'll see Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Can Coulter find a Vileplume this turn? He finds Decidueye, Dartrix, whatever. But no Decidueye. He does have a Love Ball plus a Gloom. So he will be able to get a Gloom out, but no Vileplume. Whoa, the camera almost died there. So we'll see a Love Ball for an Oddish. Yep, there's an Oddish in his hand. And he does have a Vileplume deck, so Oddish will come down. And even though Coulter doesn't have any energies on the field, he still has a very, very scary setup. He's got 2 Decidueyes, 2 Dartrix. He's going to have a Gloom and Oddish coming down. If I'm Coulter, I probably attach a Grass Energy and then use Hollow Hunt this turn to get like I don't know, just back anything you want to for sure. You're still on the clock for Mac, and you still have 1 Feather Arrow, so he can Feather Arrow the active for 20. We see Oddish, we see a Gloom. We'll see a Grass Energy to the active. I don't think you DCE here. I think you definitely... he's going to retreat to the other Decidueye and use Hollow Hunt? Oh, no, he's going to... I don't think you can Horn Attack. Oh, no, he's going to Feather. Okay, he's just going to retreat and pass. Or Feather, sorry. I thought he was Horn Attacking for a second. I was like, hold on, you can't Horn Attack there. There's a Nest Ball. Going to grab a Wobbuffet out. And now this is going to be amazing for Mac. He can start using Strafe, send in the Wobbuffet, and shut down this Tauros. But when he strafes, he'll do 30 to the Tauros. And that's going to be very scary. So Floatstone, he has a Lysander as well. So you can Lysander bring up like the Decidueye that has 50 damage on it. Alright, so that's what you want to do here. And Mac, you know, he's going to strafe for 30, bringing that Decidueye up to 80. Okay. And let's see, on a Culture, going to draw a card. Let's see, what does he find? He finds another Decidueye. He could put that down, but he'll no longer be able to Feather Arrow because that Wobbuffet is in the active spot with Bide Barricade, shutting down all Pokemon's abilities except for Psychic types. So Grass Energy deactive. We'll see a Decidueye go down to the Dartrix, and we'll see probably a Hollow Hunt. I definitely think you Hollow Hunt here. You don't end because Mac really hasn't played anything. And with this, you got a Lysander DCE and maybe like a Revitalizer. That's fine. You could get back like 2 DCs and a Lysander. You definitely need to find some Lysanders. I don't think you end here, because if you end, you give Mac a new hand, which he hasn't really done anything besides just Lysander. No, he's just going to pass this turn. All right. So DC going to the Umbreon. We'll see a retreat straight for another 30. Okay. On to Coulter's turn. Going to draw a card. I mean, it could be time as well. Time is... I don't know how long this game's been going on. This game is 2 times speed, so I don't have a clock down. We'll see a DC to the active. Okay. And we'll see a Razorleaf for 90. And he is going to play it in and give Mac a new hand of 6. Even though Mac hasn't done anything, Coulter is going to go for in here. Now, if Coulter had get a Life Center that turn, he could have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He really could have done too much. He would have to grab like a double Life Center to actually try to knock out this Umbreon a couple turns. So Mac's going to draw a couple cards. Going to draw 6 of cards. Coulter's only going to get 5. And we see Coulter find a Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, finds a Revitalizer, a DCE. But what do you even grab here? Like, you could grab a Revitalizer, but it only gets you a Vileplume out. There's a Gloom in there as well, which is not really that useful. And this Wobbuffet is just doing so much work against Coulter, which is really funny to me. So we'll see Trainer's Mail. Does he grab like a Floatstone? I think you could grab Floatstone and then retreat to Tauros, and then if he hits you, you can maybe like start Horn Attacking or whatever you want to, or Raging, which is maybe fine. I think it might be a fine play for sure, but let's see what Coulter decides to do here. Gonna look through his discard pile, see what's all in there. He looks like he is gonna Hollow Hunt this turn, get back a License. Oh, I don't even know what he grabbed. Oh no, he revitalized, okay, to get back to Vileplume, okay. Yeah, he revitalized it for sure, okay. And what else will Coulter do here? Sorry, I didn't see him grab the revitalizer. I mean, I definitely think you Hollow Hunt here, but no. Gonna raise Leaf for a 90, okay. On a Mac's turn, gonna draw a card. Let's see what Mac does here. He does play Enhanced Hammer as a Team Flare Guns. Well, there's Enhanced Hammer, just carding the DC out the active, okay. Going to Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Gonna grab a Level Ball. Gonna grab. Did he grab the Eevee, or did he put the Eevee from his hand? I'm not sure. Maybe from his deck. It happened so fast. So yeah, I think he grabbed it from his deck actually. So we'll see Mac put a Floatstone on the Eevee. We'll see a Retreat. And okay, no, Sycamore instead. All right, discard his hand, draw 7 cards. Does he find another Wobbuffet? He finds another Eevee, which is great to put down. We'll see a Retreat into the Umbreon, and we'll see a. Looks like he's actually used the GX and get 2 energies off the field. All right, so on to Coulter's turn. Gonna draw a card, and is Coulter turn 3? I think it's with a Dice Man. It's turn 3 right now. And yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it is time. I think Coulter has ran out of time, and we'll see Mac already. He's circling right there. He's ready to take this victory. He won game number 1 somehow. I mean, wait, did he win game number 1? I think he won game number 1. Yeah. I mean, no. Okay, hold on. I'm having a brain fart all of a sudden. Yeah, and I think Coulter actually wins the game. Hold on, let me see, Mac. I can't even remember who won anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. Did Coulter win? No, they tied actually. Okay, so oh wait, they went 1-1. Oh, that's what happened. Coulter won game 1, then Mac won game 2, and they tied game 3. I'm so sorry, guys. I had a brain fart for a second. This game was so long, and you can see it was a very, very long game, and the players did tie. And I think Mac would have ended up winning because he did discard a bunch of Cole's energies. Sorry, I had a brain fart there for a second. Mac discarded all of Cole's energies, so he couldn't really do anything the last turn and had no chance of winning. You saw Mac getting the slip out saying, hey, we're about to tie here. You really can't do too much about it. But Mac did have a really interesting deck. He played the Umbreon Evolutions with Enhanced Hammers, a Team Flare Guns, discard all your opponent's energy. Unfortunately, game number 1, he didn't get set up too well. Game number 2, I mean, these games are very weird. Like, it was really draw pass, nobody else would really get set up. Also, what threw me off was the stream was freezing up, which I do apologize for that. But there you go, guys. There's round number 3. Hopefully, the next rounds go a little bit better and actually remember who won games. That game was just really long. But, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. I think that was my first tie on stream as well out of these 2 days so far. Yeah. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Alrighty. Bye. Alright, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.